Hello and welcome to the 11th part, or 11th day, depending on how you see it, of the Summer of Games. So, um, last time I said that I didn't really like this episode when I recorded it, which may be partially my fault, but I don't know. I thought this would be fun. Oh boy. But then I realized sort of later in the episode that I was like, I realized or I should have realized that this wouldn't be very fun. So, I don't know. I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, which is like the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that I have, really, because I don't know. But so basically I have okay, so I basically just decided that we'd be doing campaign. So I 100% completed Yu-Gi-Oh! And the original series and GX, and I did the regular battles of 5Ds, and I haven't done the reverse battles, but I'll do those eventually. And I haven't started Zexal, so I was gonna start Zexal. Somebody have whatever the hell is going on here, I don't even know. And then it had to give me the XZ's tutorial, which is kind of boring. Because I was like, I mean, I could have done this shit all a long time ago. Things were happening. Obviously I was set up to win. Things were happening. Blah blah blah. Shit was going down. I absolutely destroyed him. It went well. That kind of happened. Decided to do the first battle actually using the. I kind of skipped it. Decided to use the story deck, and then I went through the battle and was like, well, this sucks. Like, this deck is annoying and dumb, and I hate it. And then I just kept having a bunch of problems and all sorts of shit. I may have screwed up once or twice. I don't know. I don't know. It just kind of didn't happen. It didn't work out well, and things just kind of happened. I got wrecked. I got wrecked even further. I think this was about when I screwed up. Yeah, and then I surrendered, and I was like, fuck this. So I went and used my deck, which I had used to easily defeat most of the other things. So basically, this is an Exodia deck, which has mostly normal monsters, and then the Exodia pieces, which only one of them's not a normal monster, and then I have 3 spell cards, which I don't know if they show up at any point. Gave me a token. I don't know why he did that. Um, so things weren't exactly going well, but eventually they kind of happened. Kind of got slightly wrecked a little bit. You can see there's normal pendulums and basically all normal monsters. I don't know why I was waiting for a while to do anything about that. Kept getting smacked a little bit. We couldn't really do much. Didn't really get much. Things still didn't happen until they did, and I got my card, Heart of the Underdog, which when you draw a card, if it's a normal card, you can reveal it to your opponent, and you draw another card, which is why most of this deck is made out of normal cards, just so that I could use that effect, get the Exodia out as quick as possible in theory, and then hopefully have some good defense. So I have a pendulum card, so I could easily summon a bunch of stuff out onto the field at once, so that I could hopefully have a good defense. Or like when this starts popping off, I could have some good defense there, possibly some good effects. Like this has a good effect, Foucault's Cannon. And then I have XYZs, I call them because they're better than whatever. And then synchros in this deck, because I do have a couple tuners, and so I could get some maybe slightly better defense if I need, or slightly better effects and stuff in that. So I'm basically sort of in a way cheating by the definition of normal card, because like basically every single tuner has an effect, or not tuner. I mean, tuners are super useful, and then pendulum cards have their effects. Like they have their effects of being a pendulum card, and then they have their special like pendulum spell effects. Not that one over there, because that one's a little different. But like most of them have their special pendulum effects. So yeah, I just pendulum summon, get the defense. I forgot to put out a 5th card, so I just did. And the only ways that this can be stopped is by another one of these or the main Exodia piece. So basically, I won here because I mean, there was a small chance that I would get the third Heart of the Underdog, but also the only piece I needed left was the other Exodia piece. And I only had like 6 cards in my deck, which happens quite a lot that I have very few cards in my deck and I need like one more piece of Exodia, which kind of sucks. But yeah. So it just kept happening. And this game doesn't really represent it that well what you can do with this, cuz you can guaranteed just like, besides for if you have multiple Heart of the Underdogs on the field at the same time, you can go through your deck in a single turn. There's no stopping it if you have multiple Heart of the Underdogs. Because basically you draw one card, and unless it's not a normal monster, you can draw 2 cards for that, and then you draw 2 cards, which means that you can draw 2 cards for each of the cards that you drew because you have 2 Heart of the Underdogs. This game only draws it based on the last card you drew. So I'm, even though I'm using the effect twice, I'm drawing 2 cards. It would only allow me to draw based on that last card that I got, and not on the second to last one that I got, or not on the first one that I got in that turn. So I just kind of did that, and then I was like, well, I'm done with this game. I will still finish this game because I do want to finish the general campaign of it, and I kind of want to do some stuff. I don't really know, probably not on this channel because it's kind of lengthy and whatever. But yeah, so that's that. That was probably a very quick episode because I was like, I didn't really want to go through any of that anymore. I wanted to make it relatively quick, interesting, hopefully, slightly. I don't know. And next time we get into something that's so fun. I just wish I had the original recording. Because I feel like that was very entertaining and possibly one of the most entertaining ones I had, and I don't. Actually there was several. Like the next 4 episodes, besides for one of them, is going to be would have been very entertaining if the audio had actually recorded. So I'm gonna try to recreate some of the stuff that I did during that. I don't know. It's kind of going to be hard for one of them, and it would have been very funny in the moment, but yeah, it's not really, so I don't know. We'll get to it, and I'll talk about that stuff when I get around to it. So yeah, there we go. We're done.